Okay, so of course the first thing you're going to need is steak. And these are just two petite sirloins. I got them from Walmart. They were about $10 and some change. So I went ahead and seasoned them. And the seasoning that I'm going to use, or that I'm using, is this Montreal steak from McCormick. So I love this. And this actually has everything in it, like from your, salt, pepper, and garlic powder and everything like that, granulated garlic powder. But I also still like to add a little pepper and just a little bit of this sea salt, just for a little bit of extra seasoning. And I also like to add the sazon. That gives it a little more flavor, because these steaks are pretty thick. So you can go ahead and put a generous amount of seasoning, but this also adds a nice rich color to it. So what I like to do is I like to season them, of course, on both sides. And you want to rub it in. Rub all of that goodness in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my steaks on a pan. And I like my steaks kind of well done. I don't like them rare or anything like that. So what I'm going to do is place some foil over this. And I'm going to get them into a 350-degree oven, and I'm going to let them cook for about 15-20 minutes, and then I'm going to put them on a grill to finish them off. So I'm going to go ahead and cover this with some foil to get a little steam. I'm going to go ahead and cover this with some foil and put it in the oven, and I'll be back and we can start on the potatoes. Okay, so here are the petite steaks. And I actually left them in there for about 30 minutes. And they look so gorgeous. And I'm actually going to use, I have a habit of saying actually. Okay, but I'm going to use this sauce. I'm going to make a little sauce to put on top of it once I take them off the grill. Oh, but they look so delicious. So I'm going to transfer these over to the grill. Okay, so here are the potatoes. This is about, I'm going to say about 5 large rustic potatoes, and we're making mashed potatoes. So what I like to do is dice them up so it's easier for you to cream them once they're all done. So I'm going to get these into some boiling salted water. You want to salt the water just to add a little flavor. And I'm going to cook these until they're fork tender. And I will be back. These are the mashed potatoes, and I boiled them for about 10 to 15 minutes. And this is how you check them. You just take a fork, and if you see they're breaking as soon as you put the fork in them, that's how you know they're ready, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and transfer these over into a bowl, and I'm going to show you how I make my delicious buttery mashed potatoes. I'll be back, guys. Okay, so I went ahead and transferred them over to a bowl, and what I did was I took a fork and I just mashed them up a little bit to make it a little easier, and I went ahead and seasoned it with some salt and pepper, and I put some milk, and my secret weapon, drum roll, my secret weapon for mashed potatoes. Everybody wonders what I did to it. I'm almost out, but adobo. It gives it a golden color, and oh my goodness, so delicious. Okay, so we're going to whip these up, and what I'm going to do is just use a good old hand mixer, okay? That's how we're going to get our, oops, hold on, 1 second. Took the hand mixer and I blended the mashed potatoes together, and as you can see, they are very creamy. And what I'm going to do is put them back on the stove just to heat them up a little bit, since dinner is not ready yet. But yes, these are my potatoes, so quick and easy. All I used was some salt, pepper, butter, and a little bit of milk, and some adobo. Shh, my secret. And there you have it. So this is how I do my string beans. I actually just minced up 2 cloves of garlic, and I put some olive oil in the pan with a little bit of butter, And the string beans I'm going to use are just, you know, they come in a bag and they're already washed and ready to eat. So I'm just going to go ahead and put them in. I don't like my string beans soggy, so I'm going to cook them for a few minutes. Just going to put the top on there. Get a spoon, mix it in. I'm going to put the top and cover it up, and I'm going to let them cook for about 5 minutes and season them with some salt and pepper. This is the drippings from the steak. All I did was I added some onions to it, and I put a little bit of cornstarch just to thicken up the sauce. And I added some onions to it, and I'm going to pour that over the steak once I plate everything. And just let it cook down. And you can add a little bit of wine to it if you want, but it's actually good the way it is because it's well seasoned from the seasoning that I put on the steak. Okay, and this is the end results, guys. Went ahead and put the sauce on the potatoes and the steak. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.